Welcome back to the 17th episode of the Heal Hot Girl podcast. This is Jess, your wellness bestie.
I'm Samantha.
And it's LB.
Hello.
We're back.
We are here.
We are back.
Listen, y'all, we have 4 more episodes left. We're wrapping up season 1. So,
It's crazy.
yes.
I'm excited.
That was kind of like when we talked about it, we were like, well, like, how long are we going to do it for? Like, what are we going to do? And we kind of just were like, seasons feels good.
Yeah.
And also because we all travel again from different places, and
It's a lot.
it's a lot.
Yeah, the last 2 months have been insane. You guys have heard it on the pod a couple episodes ago, but I mean, between travel, from airline delays, baggage loss,
Tires busting, girl.
types of
Windshields
things.
breaking. I mean, what
I
do
was
you
on the.
want?
I was driving yesterday, and I was like, "My God, am I ready to not have to do this
Yeah.
every month?"
yes.
Yeah.
So the hot girls definitely.
My Jeep is feeling it. It's like, girl.
Yeah, Cece said no more. BB. My car said no mas. She's done.
Yeah.
true.
So yeah, we decided that
We need a break.
we need a break.
We need a break.
So we can come back fresh.
Yes.
You know.
We need to recalibrate.
We've got
plan.
some exciting things that we want to bring. You know, I think up until this point we're pretty much been a podcast, but
Yeah.
we want to be so much more than that.
For
and
sure.
So
Yeah.
the break will give us time to focus on some of the other things we want to do.
Organize some awesome guests to join the podcast. I feel like we found our voice.
Yeah.
We're so much more comfortable behind the mic.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I think this time is going to be good for all of us.
Yeah, and we
There's a lot
plan
of
on doing
shifts.
some stuff in like the interim too. Like we were talking different like
Social
what's the word?
strategies.
Yeah, content. There we go. Content bay. I'm gonna become a content bay. I've been trying. Listen, first of all, shout out to everyone on TikTok, because how people make those reels is like, I decided I'm gonna be trying to make some fitness bay reels, right? So I started like
Ooh.
recording myself when I'm working out. Those videos are still on my phone because I can't figure out, like, it's so hard to try to cut, add music. I'm like, wow, these people are like really
It takes a lot.
professionals.
Anytime Jess has asked me to create something, I'm there an hour later. I'm like, Jesus.
And I'm on the basic side of
Thank
things.
you for
know what
everything that
Like,
you
they're
do.
good,
For
but,
real.
like, damn.
I feel like an old lady. I'm like, I'm squinting at my phone. I'm like, do I cut it like this? And then it asks, I try to go back and it says delete. And I'm like, no, don't delete. And I gave up. I tried for like 30 minutes last week and I was like, I'm going to come back to
It
this.
takes
because
minimally like 30 minutes to an hour to create like a good reel or a post.
for 15
Yeah,
seconds.
it
I'm
does,
like,
it
I'm
does.
doing all this for like a 15 to 30 second video. Like, I don't know. Shout out to y'all, because my patience, like, I didn't have it.
And sometimes like the app will like freeze, so you constantly have to save drafts. I always save the number
Yeah.
one tip that I can give everyone making reels, especially on Instagram, is like save a draft, go back and reopen it and like re-edit.
That's
Because
smart,
if
yeah.
not, you'll lose. Imagine,
Right,
yeah.
right. But if you save it as a draft initially, then it's going to be there. Yeah, that's smart.
Save as you go. It's just like
Yeah.
like Word, Excel. You gotta
Save
save
as
as
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah, it's
Save
true.
as. Yeah.
Save.
So yeah, I would love to give you a more look into the life of LB, because it's just always something.
about it.
But yeah, I have to learn how to like
Do a reel.
Yeah.
do a reel, and like I get on my stories and I'll chat. I love to chat, but I'm like, and I started doing those, like, making those drinks.
Oh yeah.
All these drinks I was
Cocktails
gonna
with
bring. I know
LB.
contacts with LB, and I was like, okay. Also, I don't have anywhere to set my phone up, so I just like set it up on like my like counter on my kitchen, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, you can
We
get
need
a
to
tripod.
get you a mini tripod
Easy.
for
Yeah,
your counter.
tripod
Oh,
would
that I
help.
can
With
just
a
put
little ring
on the
light, and
thing?
you can put it on your counter.
So remember when we did our first, when we were gonna try to do it like
On live
online and
site?
virtual? I still have my ring light, and so yeah.
Oh, I'll be.
Oh yeah, when we
Get one
tried-
of those ring lights. Yeah, Amazon. I
gonna-
paid like 20
I was
bucks
just
for it.
talking to someone about that. I was like, oh man, we tried so hard to do that virtual thing. Oh my gosh, we all had the microphones, and our microphones were going out.
Oh
I
my
still
God.
feel like I found in my files on my phone, which maybe we should release those on like sometime too, because we actually recorded like some episodes.
It was good
my
content.
God.
It really was,
The
and
content was
I'm
good.
like,
It was just the visuals were like
terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. And so I'm like,
Up
it
until
would
our
just
mics
be-
went out.
Yeah, and then Yeah, we just really struggled. I remember I sent back like 3 different microphones to Amazon. I'm like, this is gonna be the one, and it was like never the one.
Never the one.
And like you had the ring light, but then you also remember you had it like on your kitchen island.
Yes.
You had it like clipped,
Yes.
and you were trying
Because
to like
the visual, it was like the best visual that I could give people.
The lighting was right.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to make more content. He got me a tripod. My tripod for the gym broke. And Samantha. No.
She looked at me. I was like,
Samantha, no.
I'm like, are we releasing names?
I apparently so. I didn't know we were doing
like,
this.
hold up.
Soft launch, like I'm not sure. I just had to go with it. I was like,
my Jesus.
I was like, okay.
I didn't mean to make it hot. It caught me off guard. Jessica,
Guys,
you're usually
I have
so
friends.
guarded about
know.
it.
Yeah, all good.
So
Like,
it's like-
friends. No, you guys. All right, my friend. Jesus.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing's happening. You know what I'm
Nothing at
saying?
all.
Anyway, my tripod had broken at the gym, so now I'm looking to make more content. Getting ready to go back to DC, and I'm just like, okay, I'm ready to like build in good health and HHG, and what does that look like? So anyway,
Yeah.
girl, we're gonna get it for you, and they have one with a little mini ring light.
Because that's what it is.
Don't let you hit the light. Don't let the light.
It's going to be, I made the birria tacos fire, by
You
the
did,
way.
you
The
did.
Trader
Oh,
Joe's
good.
birria
Those look
tacos,
good.
so
You
good.
did.
I'm really trying to like cook more and like not do like the meal. Like I was doing the HelloFresh for so long. And like those
Yeah.
are cool, but like you're limited in choices.
Yeah.
There's like 100 million steps. Like,
And it's money.
and it's money, right? Whereas like I'm learning I can go grocery shopping for cheaper. And because I was still spending like $50, $80 on the HelloFresh, and then those are only for 3 dinners a week. And yeah, I would have leftovers,
You'll
but
get,
then now
like,
I have to spend another 100 or something to go. I'm spending like $200 at this point a
Yeah.
week just to eat,
Yeah.
which I've
Eating
figured
is
out how to.
expensive.
Listen, my girl bought Hansel for 34 cents, and I said, okay, 84, and I said, Lord Jesus.
I was like 34.
I said, Jesus, she's good, y'all. She's, you know what? we
Listen,
might
I'm
have to have a
figuring it
grocery
out.
haul. We should have. Oh my
Oh
God.
my God, we should.
My
grocery
cart would be
content
so
just
damn
for
expensive. I already
Literally
know.
have someone just follow us around, and we'll make a list of like whatever, and whoever finishes, make our own grocery list.
Listen, I'm telling you, because I love grocery shopping. I've said this before. Like, I'm one of those people. Not everybody enjoys going to the grocery store, but I just have a thing. Like, I really enjoy like going to the grocery store and like. I don't know if it's from working at Wegmans for as long as I did or like what it is, but I enjoy like going to find things at the store and be like, oh, I can make this or I can make this. Like last week, I sauteed up some portobello mushrooms. I was like, who are you?
No, you're on one.
Yeah.
You did good.
So anyway, I'm thinking of, sharing a little bit more of what I do on a day to day.
Nice.
We're gonna be up. We need folks to see us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though
Outside
we
of just
won't-
like this.
I would ask my trainer to record me, but honestly, it's not. I'm usually complaining. I'm usually asking for lighter
It was
weight.
when you
But
came
that's
in the
the
group
funny
chat
part.
this week, like I get to work out in the quotations. I was like, okay, that's hilarious. That's really her
Because
just.
I was so sore, and not to mention when I went in on Wednesday, I had just gotten my period, too, so I was working out through cramps. Which I was like, yo, women
and you're
deserve-
bloated, and like it's just not
I'm
a
like,
fun
women
time.
deserve to rule the world.
Seriously.
Because like I'm trying to do like some sort of arm exercise. He's like, keep going. I'm like, give me a second. So yeah, you
Training
can't-
Sam, that might be comedy. We need the content.
No, I actually
And I'm
think you
like,
should. I
reportedly
think
what
you
he
should.
My trainer described my workout personality as he like had to have someone else train me one week because he was going on vacation. And I showed up and the girl was like, okay, grab your weights. And I was like, grab my weights. Sam grabs them for me. I don't even know what weights I carry. Like, I don't even know how much I lift. And she was like, oh, okay. And when I asked him, because she was like, I was like, she said you didn't really tell her anything. He goes, yeah, I told her that you like to work hard, but not too hard. And I was like, that's accurate. Like,
Wait,
that is
that's
so accurate for my
amazing.
workout personality. Like, I want to work out a little bit. Like, I want it to be a little challenging, but like,
I'm not trying to like.
I'm not
go
trying to
too
like
hard.
bust a sweat. Like, I'm not
Okay.
trying to like,
She's on some big. I'm proud of you. At least you're at the gym because my
you.
mother does
Thank
not.
you. No facts.
If a sweat just drip, this is enough. She's over here telling me about doing wall workouts.
Wall workouts?
Come on, big
What does she do?
girl,
Like
give us
push-ups on the wall or wall sits? Good.
Look at her. Look at her.
She said this is just my speed. This is good for me.
Crazy. Wait, no, Sam. We need the content. We need to order the little microphone. No, I'm dead.
I
ass.
can be.
Oh my God!
No,
You
no,
know
I'm
how
dead
like they
ass.
do like the mic'd
The
up for the
mic'd up?
NFL players?
Yes.
We need mic'd up
No,
with
no,
Sam
we
because
need mic-
Sam's probably like this motherfucker.
Fitness Friday? Are we kidding?
Because
It's
he's
coming.
always like, oh, we've got a really fun activity. I'm like, fun for who? Fun for who?
Okay,
Like,
we need it. I'm excited. We're gonna
We gotta get Sam in on the other
no,
Sam.
no.
So you're two Sams?
my
Is Sam
my
one and
trainer's
Sam
name
two?
is we're Sam
That's
squared.
amazing.
Yeah.
Sam squared. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sound like you
this.
actually really enjoy your trainer, though.
I do. He's. I have friends that I pay for in Nashville. He's one of them. I'm like, he's a consistent part of my routine, Monday and Wednesday for the
Yeah.
last year plus.
Yeah.
I love that.
Like,
I like it.
yeah,
I'm
it's so much
excited
more
for
than
you.
working out. So I've like really enjoyed it for like, again, having a routine, part of my schedule, and like because I work from home, it's so easy to not speak
Yeah.
to anyone all day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like it forces me to get out of my house, forces
true.
me to like speak to another human, and like So
I agree. That's
love
how I
it.
felt when I was in VA. I'm excited. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Thank you.
You're funny, but we really need to get you, we really need to get you mic'd up.
Watching me work
I'm
out
playing.
is definitely funny.
That's
I think
hilarious.
it's
Oh.
Fun for who? My weights. I'm like,
Grab
yeah.
your weight. She was like,
He's
"What are you talking
mind
about?"
you,
Like,
my
I
trainer
literally
would've
like
been
let my weights go when I'm done and he picks them up. Like I swear to God, he takes them out of my hand. It's the best part of having
How
a
is
trainer.
it, Sam? It reminds
I
me of
just
the
like let it go.
Look, I'm gonna put the photos together of when we were in Duce Palooza, and you were like,
oh my
"Come
gosh, yes, that was me. Jess has this picture of me, like literally with my hands up like a field goal, and I'm sure that like sounds
yeah,
like exactly
yeah. I
what
just
you
like
look
when I'm done, I'm done, and I just release and he takes.
Okay.
I swear to God, it's
I want
luxury.
Sam on the pod. I want to hear from his point of view how this goes for him because honestly, that's really the
You know
concept
what, you
that we
should-
need.
Whenever we head to Nashville, we might just need him. We need the story.
I
We need
know.
the
No,
story.
we
That would be
really
a great
might.
guest.
We really
I actually have
might.
some great Nashville folks that we could put on the pod. I feel like the Chris Balta, who's the owner of Ola Yoga in Nashville, the yoga studio that I go to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Phenomenal business
Yeah.
owner, so can talk about like launching her own.
We should do like a
Um,
little, because I mean, Jesse's coming back to DC eventually at some point, and Jess,
sometime.
it would be like fun if we did one in like
In
went
each
to
city,
Nashville,
yeah.
like went to Nashville
Yeah.
and shot like 4 there
Facts.
and like did.
Yeah. Do a little honky tonk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I don't honky tonk on a regular basis.
I don't know. Maybe we honky tonk.
It was fun. No. When I went to
Yeah,
Nashville,
like,
it was hella fun.
maybe
It
we
is
do
a lot of
it.
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's lit.
Isn't honky tonk like? Isn't that the place, not the
Honky
dance?
tonk is a place.
Yeah, like you go to the honky
Oh,
tonk.
Live music.
Oh, I thought the honky tonk was literally
Line dancing?
No, girl. When
Oh.
when the bus picks you up and you drink on there and you're like, wow.
Oh, those are the
It
party
could be that
buses,
too.
and
That's
we
what I like.
will not be going on the party
Oh
buses.
my god, they're so fun.
No, for who?
Look,
Are you
Not
kidding?
if you live in
Sam wants to
Nashville.
know
and you're
who's
so
enjoying
behind
these
it.
activities because it's
listen,
not
we had a
her.
blast. I'm just here to wear a cowgirl hat.
I mean, there will be a lot of those. There are a lot of those. In
You got
Nashville.
some?
I don't.
She does.
Actually don't. I
Oh,
have
she
some-
has. This is
the
my
boots?
cowboy hat.
I don't have
the-
cowboy boots either, but I do have some like very they're not cowboy hats, but they're like southern type. It's giving.
I don't know why I'm acting like I'm trying to be a
give it a
cowgirl.
look.
I'm just here for the shits and giggles and the line dancing. LB was a pro. She went.
No, listen. So I'm so glad you brought that up. Well,
I
no,
was gonna say,
okay.
let's
So
talk about
I
the last 2
went.
weeks.
Yeah, I went to. I have a friend that lives. She's from Buffalo and lives in Maryland, like Baltimore. Now in the DMV area, driving driving to Baltimore is like a 45-minute drive, and that's like not with traffic.
That's on a good day.
Right. That's like if you're being blessed. Normally, the commute to get to our house is over an hour. So, like, when we hang out, it's like a planned event. Like, I'm packing a bag because I'm not driving home after drinking. You know what I mean? An hour away. So, I hadn't seen her in a while. So, we went, which Baltimore is super. I was trying to think what word I was going
Better
to
be
use. 'Cause
careful.
I don't want to say it.
In DMV.
Don't get the Baltimore girls
Cheaper.
after you.
Yeah, no. Baltimore, it was really cute. It's really cute. We went out in this little area called Fells Point, which is kind of like on the water, but it's a lot more affordable than DC. Like we're kind of like going back and forth, like paying tabs or whatever, and like most of them were never more than like $35, which for like a couple drinks a piece. Which in DC, I mean, just to buy a round of drinks, you're spending
Lots. Hundreds.
60
50,
to 80.
60,
Like
yeah.
it depends on the place.
what-
I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. We went to this rooftop, this like brand new rooftop Moxie's that opened in DC. Like beautiful, such a vibe. I go up there. I order 3 tequila and sodas. Okay, so first of all, they hand
told me about this.
Yes, they hand me a menu because I'm like, oh, what kind of tequila they have? They don't even like bother telling me. They're like, look, whatever. So I'm like, ooh, okay, well, whatever. So I picked Don Julio or something like that, but then they have different prices based off single, double, whatever. I didn't specify, which I guess maybe was my problem. I don't know. But I thought
But if you don't specify, then it's
you would think it was a
assumed
single. Right. No. I got my bill for 3 vodka and tequila sodas, $84. Because also in DC, they just recently have that law, I think I told you, where like they automatically add
Add the
20% gratuity to every bill. So it's like,
annoying.
regardless, it was certain
Why
places
can't
is
they
like
just
that.
pay people a living wage?
That's what I mean. Now you're forcing us basically to pay what
pay.
you guys don't want to pay.
Crazy.
And not to say that the service people don't
They
deserve it.
do, but like
Yeah.
they deserve to
do.
get paid a living wage.
Exactly. So
and
now
not have to rely on tips.
my soul was like $84 for tequila,
crazy.
3 tequila sodas.
crazy.
And they ended up charging me double. So they were like $24 a piece,
That's crazy.
$25 a piece.
I would have said I didn't ask for double.
And then I should have. She's so serious.
I would have asked. I would never.
There's a restaurant in
So
Buffalo
you can
where
toss
they
it or you can price it at a single. You pick.
And
there's
damn, I should have done that.
Come on, girl.
they
Because that's crazy.
That is crazy. That's disrespectful.
trying to find the name of the restaurant here. It's a pizza place, and they just price their food so there's no tipping. You don't tip.
Oh, is it the
It's
one on
more
the west
expensive-
side?
Yeah, it's on what's the name of it?
I don't know, but I think I know what you're
Trying to
talking
find
I was
about.
it.
speaking to my friend about this, just how like for people, like for businesses to even to be able to sustain themselves, you have to have workers, right? You have to have employees.
That's a
that are in
very
the
key
service,
part.
right?
Yeah.
Key.
The most
100%.
important.
But then it's like it's crazy that like to think how, you know, the way that the economy and the structure of just America in general, you have to have folks that have to work. Like we are able to work, and we're able to work regular jobs
9 to 5,
to be able
yeah.
to help to funnel and fund these restaurants that pay for these employees. And the only way for these restaurants to run is to have these employees.
And us, they need us, too.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then but at the same time, like some of these folks who are in the industry, either by choice or because they have to, or because this is just an additional thing. My whole point is just more so like it's so challenging for folks to get ahead, just in this world in general, and it really just depends on the working dollar.
Yeah.
Extra pizza
Ugh.
in Buffalo. They do. They pay their employees a living wage, benefits, and so the prices are reflected in the food that you order. But there's the bill that you get
is
is the
what
bill.
it is.
There's no tipping. Like they have it everywhere, written all over the menu, their website. Like we pay our people a living wage. We give them benefits. Your food is priced accordingly. Please don't tip.
And isn't
So.
like a tipping culture like an American thing too?
Yeah.
Oh, very much so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the way, hold on, because this got me because I'm sorry, when I go to like a shop now and they flip the screen around for 20% tip, I'm like,
yeah,
for doing
Starbucks.
what? Everyone.
Starbucks?
Now.
What?
Girl,
Oh, I
everyone
didn't
is,
even see that.
Everyone is flipping their screen around. I'm like, flip it back. Flip it back. I'm not
Yes.
tipping everyone.
And
like,
it
that's
makes you,
crazy.
and sometimes I do feel a little like,
I
guess
always-
I
I
do.
know-
I do pressure.
Pressure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
'Cause
I guess I do.
it's not that
You
don't
don't
wanna be
deserve
cheap.
it. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
not that you don't deserve it, but also like
I don't feel
Flip
that.
it back on Starbucks.
yes, like Starbucks is crazy. Y'all are
No,
corporation.
seriously, there's
like,
a lot
stop
of I've seen
A lot of
at my
places.
smoothie shop nearby as well, even within their apps. Are you looking? And it's like you're not delivering it. I
Yeah.
understand the service of making, but that's also a part of the job. Like I don't get tipped extra for doing
doing
my
your job.
work.
Yeah.
You
I
most
was about to say,
certainly.
listen. Let me tell you something. And I don't like to have that frame of mind. But I'm like, I don't get paid any extra for what I do. I go to like nothing. I don't get paid any extra for that. And not that you don't deserve it. Like I went and got ice cream yesterday. with
and
Mel.
you're a service.
And yeah, and I don't get paid. If anything, fucking they take from me. But like, no, I just feel like it's like getting out of hand a little bit.
It's
And I'm
definitely
just
getting
like,
out of hand.
yo, not to say that because service people, I don't want this to turn into none of that. That's not what we're saying. But
They deserve a
point
living
is,
wage, but their employers are the one.
Exactly.
It's not our
Yeah.
responsibility to pay their living wage.
To
it's their
think that I'm
employers.
supposed to tip on every single thing that I do, like I'm going to
crazy.
pick up food. You didn't do anything in this other
The
than
takeout,
prepare it, which is
yes.
what I'm paying you for,
Right,
is to
right.
make the food. I'm coming,
Right.
I'm taking my gas, I'm driving here, I'm walking in, I'm paying for it. Like I just certain things I'm just like, I think we're getting a little bit out of hand.
Like I will say though, the folks that I do like feel guilty if I don't have cash, which is a lot of times, is the
Same.
gas. Like
Oh, 'cause in
in
Jersey,
they pump your
they
gas.
pump
your
But
gas,
however,
yeah.
they do have a salary. They're on salary.
Yeah.
It's illegal to pump your own gas in Jersey. But my point is, like, those folks, I'm like, okay.
That makes
Do we
sense.
know the history behind that? Why is it illegal to pump your gas in New Jersey?
I did.
I love that. I wish it was illegal
Oh
everywhere.
my gosh, it's the best thing. It's.
I don't want to pump my gas.
Why? When it rains, when it's
Yeah,
hot, when
girl.
it's snowy.
In
Girl.
Buffalo, there was one.
Trying to do that.
It was on Niagara, and I think, gosh, what's that? It's like over towards the Riverside area. There's one gas station. I don't know if they still do it, but they used to pump your gas. It was like a full service gas station, and I used to love going there in the winter because it's
wants
cold
to
as
get out of
hell.
their
Like,
car?
who wants to get out of the car? So
Absolutely.
yeah, they would pump the gas for you.
And that's the thing too. Back when I used to get the Delta Sonic, when I had the unlimited, I always felt like that too
Love
because
it.
You had to
Car
tip
wash.
them.
yeah, like and half the time those are kids, you know what I
Right,
mean? Like they're
right.
young kids that are out there trying to make money. So I'm like, I would always try to have cash and stuff like that. But like the car wash I go to in DC, they don't have dryers, so like it's
Yeah.
fine. But like that was another thing to your point is
Yeah.
like, you know, driving through a
Yeah.
car wash line or like
Yeah.
something like that.
Folks.
100%. But yeah, I'm sorry, but you making my smoothie.
But corporations,
babe,
I feel
come
like
on.
corporations,
Yeah.
and these restaurants, you know what I mean, like that you're paying big bucks for. I think servers, absolutely, you know what I mean. There's just certain, in general,
denying that they
no,
deserve it, right?
100%,
They deserve
yeah,
it,
yeah,
but-
that's point blank, period. But to your point, it shouldn't have to
It's out of
come from
control.
our pockets, like
Yeah.
all the time.
And that was really crazy. And like I said, in some ways it's nice. Like I don't mind it like when you go to dinner and stuff like that. Having the
That's
gratuity
different,
included,
yeah.
that's perfect. Like, but it was just like I was like, you literally just poured me 3 tequila sodas.
And sometimes
like,
they do it with an attitude.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
You didn't
half
even
the
interact
time,
with me. I
right.
asked you what type of tequila had. You didn't even say anything. You just handed me a book.
Yes.
So like, why do you think that certain service that you get, but you don't give a fuck because you're
Because
getting paid
your
regardless.
gratuity's
Yeah.
So
already
you're gonna get the
included.
gratuity regardless. So also you don't care what kind of service you give me because you're getting your money
Correct.
too.
That's
So it's just
crazy.
like, anyway, point is. That was a lot. It was damn near $100 for 3 tequila sodas, and I have not been back to Moxie
Yeah.
since, and I may not go back there because
Love it.
that just it put a bad taste in my mouth. But yeah, so I was in Baltimore, and we were like on our way home, and she's like, "Let's stop at this like line dancing bar or whatever." It's like 5 minutes from her house, and I'm like, "Fuck it, like let's do it." So we go, and like it's a culture. Like they have line dances to like modern songs though. Like it wasn't
cool.
just like country songs. It was like they were doing them to like songs you hear on the radio. But she was telling me, she's like, people travel like miles away. Like people had on like outfits, cowboy boots. This man was wearing a kilt. Like
Wow.
it was actually like kind of a vibe. And I
Okay.
was like, I might go back there again. Like they
freaking
have like an
dying.
outdoor like area with like sandy pits and like an outdoor bar. It was like actually
Yeah.
like a cool spot.
That's cute.
And yeah, so I was like, okay, maybe I'm into the line dancing. They have a girl that's on the stage that's like doing the dance, so you can follow
So you know,
her.
okay.
to,
I was gonna say, like, who makes up these dances?
I don't know who makes them up.
Okay.
But the girl she's in the front, and I mean, I look crazy because everyone was so in sync. I mean, it looked fabulous. Everyone looked like they were
Listen,
having a good
LB
time.
sends a video, and I'm like scrolling, and I'm watching it play, and I'm lit too. And all of a sudden, I'm like, that looks like LB. I zoom in, I'm like, okay, not you in the middle of the dance floor. I was
Hold on,
dead.
I
It was so good. It was so good.
It's so funny. But yeah,
Nonetheless.
it was you know. Well, I used to be a dancer back in the day, you know, and
I love it.
So maybe my skills were just coming through. But yeah, if I can find it, I'm gonna show you
Okay.
because honestly, it is hilarious.
Sam, while she looks for that, you went to Beyonce. Let's hear it.
Beyonce was amazing, as it always is.
Wait,
we
sorry, before you go
shimmied. We had 300 level seats because I was not. Oh my God.
But you see, they're doing it to that song.
I've never heard this song though.
I forget who sings it.
Okay. I wish the camera could see this. This
Maybe
will have to
I'll
go.
upload
Yeah,
it
this
to
will have to
the
get
page,
uploaded
the HG page.
the
Because
week that this
honestly-
episode comes out because that's good.
Incredible.
Beyonce was great. I've gone to a lot of concerts in the last few weeks. Beyonce, Sam Smith, and Ed Sheeran, all fabulous. I can't even say like one was better than the other because they're all like in different genres and like
Yeah.
all
Have
just
their
like
own-
amazing artists who just did the damn thing on stage. So yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Nice.
It's been a concert summer.
Love it. Can we talk about the
Guess who made it?
manifestation?
Drizzy.
Guess who made it?
Oh my gosh, controller.
Let me tell you something. God answers prayers. That's all I can say.
Did Drake bring his mom out in New York?
No, we didn't get that
Okay.
teaser. But I was able to take my little sister,
So cute.
and Drake really waved to my girl. Like, she was waving, and he looked at her waves. She screamed. I looked at my friend, and we were like, "Yo,
That's
it was a
amazing.
moment
That's
made."
cute.
Like, he really waved. Like, he and her. Yeah.
That's
So
cute.
Jersey. Yep. Shout out to LB though. I was
made
praying.
it.
I did. It's so funny because I really did add it to my prayer list. I was like, God, we know it's not a need. These are wants, Lord. But you know, she really, really wants to go.
really
God.
wants to go.
Like, if it's in your will, Lord, and you know, if you were able to make it
Because that's
happen.
the thing. I was praying for it, and I was like, Lord, there's definitely more important things than the Drake. So I understand if you can't
understand
make
if
this
you're
one
busy,
happen.
but-
Like, I get it. Like, there's other things going on, but if you can,
And it happened.
can you? But yeah, I was telling Jess last night. I
that
was
was-
like, the way that it all happened was so like, and like I told you, like
Yeah.
the way that it all unfolded. My message, I was like, this is a message from God, really, because like that day, an hour before, like 5 o'clock that day, I had just resigned to the fact I wasn't going. I was like, the tickets were still wild because we had done like a little bit of a test run like the night before because he was there Friday and Saturday. So Friday night, we were kind of like looking at the tickets and we were like, let's just see, if they come down. They never came down. So we were just like, even once the show started, like still $450 for the 400 level. $1,000.
400
The TikTok
is
girlies were
crazy.
lying. Okay.
Lying. They're like, oh, just go, just wait. And I guess you could have maybe went to the box office, but the show was actually, I ended up looking on the website later, and it was sold out. So we couldn't have
Yeah.
even gone to the box office anyway. But yeah, I was like, I was so sure that we were gonna be able to get these like super cheap tickets, like
$90,
at like 9
the way the
o'clock or
turkey-
something.
yeah. the turkey,
No,
the TikTok
never happened. I was like, these girls lied. But yeah, I was just like, the way that it all happened, like I just did not think. And then like I was getting ready to like make dinner. Like I was like, I'm just gonna be home tonight. Like that's fine. I love Drake anyways. Like just it wasn't meant to be. And just the way it all happened, it was like a reminder that you never know how quickly things can change for you in like the best way possible. You know what I mean? You have to stay open to like the possibility of things because you just never know. The way that it all organically happened, like one of our friends ended up having a friend with a suite who ended up having 3 extra tickets, which was
That
for
is
me and my
crazy.
2 friends,
Yeah.
just for the 3 of us.
Yeah, that's
the
crazy.
way. And like, what an experience in a suite. We didn't end up having to like try to shimmy our way or try to like figure anything out. It was just
Yeah.
like perfect. Like we had
No
space.
obstructed view.
No, I was like, I had no obstructed view. I was right in the front. Like we got there when we kind of before everybody else. So like I was able to be in the front row of the suite. I could see, I had a great view. I had a cushy seat. I had somewhere to put my feet. I had chicken wings. I had chicken fingers. I
How
had
were the chicken
liquor.
wings?
They were actually not bad.
Okay.
They actually were not bad. I didn't have any till after the show because I was like, I have my seat, and I was like, I'm not moving. So
I'm not giving up
once
the
the
seat for anyone.
No, I was like, I don't care. The girls out there, they were like, we need drinks, and I was like,
I don't need one.
that's fine. I can drink this water right here, and I will get a drink at the end of it. But I was not moving out of my seat because I just knew that someone else was
yeah.
gonna come up. Because why wouldn't you? So I was like, I'm staying right here.
She was.
And so like it just was like a reminder to me that like sometimes even when you're like when you get frustrated or like discouraged and you just think nothing's gonna happen or it's like not possible, it was just like a reminder that like
In a
it
blink
really
of
is
an
so
eye.
divine the way that certain things happen, and like you have to keep yourself open for like the possibilities of things because you just never know
When your life's gonna
when
be-
that could
yeah.
happen. Yeah, when you meet that person or when you get that opportunity or when like things just come that you would have never. But it was like we just stayed believing, we stayed positive. I was like, something's just telling me this is gonna happen, and it did.
Wow.
Love it.
So,
good.
I mean, I'm good for 2023 personally. Like I saw Drake.
I've got tickets for his. I think it's October 2nd. He's coming into Nashville. He's got 2 shows, so I'm excited. I got
That's
a
the
single
thing.
ticket. I just happened to get lucky because I was looking online because I was like, same thing. I was like, I'm not going. And all the 300 level seats were $350 or more, and then I just happened to spot a 100 level seat for the same price.
Shut
So
up.
I just snatched
Yeah,
it. I'm
that's
like,
lit.
whatever. I don't care who I go with. Like,
I love
I'm gonna
it.
be there.
Facts.
I don't know where everybody else in Nashville is
Yeah.
gonna be, but I'm gonna be at the Drake
For
concert.
sure. I have a friend that even went recently to been to a few concerts alone, like just like pulled up, yeah. So
I would have went to Drake
I
alone.
love
Like,
going
I
to
would have
Drake
found
alone.
some. If I was like, listen,
Oh,
if
I
I find
know.
this one, because even when we were looking at trying to buy them, like it was tricky to try to get 3 seats together. They were either selling in 2s or 4s.
Yeah.
So
A lot of people won't even sell one ticket, or like, where was it? I think like Nina was trying to buy seats for Ed Sheeran, and like the way she couldn't leave one seat empty. If it was a seat of 4, she couldn't purchase the 3 of those
yeah,
4. Like,
yeah, you
'cause
had to buy all of them.
You
As
had
like
to buy all of them.
and that was what we were dealing with too. Is I was like, damn, all right, because I was like, well, I was gonna leave you bitches and go myself. Like if I was able to find a single, but even the singles were more. It's just it was cheaper to buy in like 2s and 4s
Yeah.
for some reason. I
Yeah.
don't know. Probably the
Interesting.
resellers that tried to head crack all of us. Hope you all didn't go. I hope you lost all your money because that's so rude. But anyway,
nonetheless, we haven't pulled a card. We haven't been on the hot seat in a little bit.
we haven't.
Yeah, let's be on the hot seat. Sam's like getting the vibes right again. The incense.
We got a new incense today. This one is white sage. It is purifying, clear, and refreshing. It says purify your soul. I like these ones because these ones are only $5 and they smell really good. They only last for like 30
Do you go to like the same shop and get most of your incense from the same place?
No, I get my incense from all different places, and I just realized I said all of that not in the microphone. So this is purifying, clear, and refreshing white sage. This is from Urban Earth. I actually get this from a massage studio that I go to in Nashville. They sell a bunch of these, like, a lot of the places I go to are natural, organic type places, and they sell spiritual things like this. And yeah, this one was only $5, but they smell so good. So yeah, Urban Earth is the brand. White sage, purifying, clear, and refreshing. So yeah.
Smells good. I like it.
Of course, we got our mandala hand. Again. I forget what the mandala is for.
It's like it's a hamsa?
No, what did I just say it was?
Mandala?
Mandala. Yeah, I think it's a mandala hand.
Okay. All right. I have a
that
question for
right?
y'all.
Oh yeah.
Mandala? What's it for? What's it do besides look cool?
It's a symbol of balance, eternity, and perfection.
Love it.
Okay.
Many cultures have used the mandala symbol within their teachings as a way to further the understanding of balance.
Love that.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, y'all.
What's our card for today?
Our question is, what did I learn about myself this week?
What did I learn about myself this week?
Ooh, actually.
I'll say, do you got something?
Trying to decide if I want to say it. And if I do, how I'm going to say it. So if you guys want to go.
Okay. For me, I will not this week, but I will say last week because it was my birthday. I was reflecting, and I kind of wrote about it on my post, just more so I've realized that I've been away from family for a little bit too long. And so I think for me, it was a reminder of like family is everything, you know, and what rekindling and strengthening certain relationships and bonds can look like and the importance of it. And just, we speak a lot about like life being too short and whatnot, but like, I think this is also part of like healing too, I've spoke about it, wanting to just rebuild certain relationships with certain family members and showing up as myself in this adult phase and letting them get to know me as a woman and knowing them as the roles that they play in my life and whatnot. So for me, it's really like maintaining that. I've learned that I should never veer from that or should make sure that you touch home a couple times. You know what I mean? And I've also learned that I've missed a lot of memories, events, family things, and just my time period at home. So that was really it. For me, it was just like all roads lead back to fam.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that like one of the harder parts, because we all live away from home or have lived away from home, is like missing those moments with your family and not being able to be present for everything. And like that's one thing that like I'm so close with my family, and like I would be at everything. Like I'm staying home this whole week after we shoot, and I'm really excited. My mom like has planned like a few things so that I can see my family, because I miss out on like so many things not being able. It's like you're sacrificing that. And that's the hard part about being away sometimes, that makes me sometimes be like, is this worth it? Like that I'm missing all of these times with my family and these memories and these, you know, everything that they get to do together. Is it like worth it sometimes? And that's the one thing I think sometimes with staying away is I'm like, when you balance it all out, is like, is it worth it?
I know another one of my niece's birthdays was yesterday, but then I have another one on the 13th, and she really wants me to come home, and I'm like, just financially speaking, the way the flights have just been screwing me over, like I just can't do it. I can't swing it. That'll be my third time coming home this month, and I feel really bad. Like the guilt never leaves you. You know what I mean? Especially when you have a little person, like asking you to stay too. Like those always
it hits a little bit harder.
Yeah, I'm like, gosh, if I could make it work, I would. I would definitely move the sun and the earth, but like Auntie's tired.
And I think it has been nice being able to come back monthly for the last few months. Like it's been good to like
a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, to be able to see people a little bit more. But it's just like the day-to-day stuff, you know, where my mom's like, oh, we're going to barbecue tonight. And then like, you know, my brother and his fiance come over, my grandparents. And it's like, it's just little moments like that that you just don't get to be a part of sometimes, that you don't get to get back. You know, so that's like one thing that I agree with, just like being now almost 3 years being away.
Yeah. And it forces you to be present when you're with them. One of the things, like just small little requests that I felt like before I would take, that I would take as an inconvenience, right? For me, it's now shared moments. Like my mom did, she was like, can you call me an Uber? Would you mind? 7 o'clock in the morning, can you take me to the airport? I really wanted to say, can we just order your Uber? But then I was like, you know what? These are small moments. Like I can hop in the car and take you. It's really not that big of a deal. Like, you know, so just like those minor, like just taking those moments and really savoring those moments that you do have. Because once it's time for me to go back, you know, those things, those day-to-days are missed. I'm not going to be seeing Coco as frequently. But I think it definitely, to your point, like for you guys coming back here, even for me, this has been a lot of healing moments have happened while being out here. And a lot of great strengthening and hard conversations have happened while we were out here. But same with my little sister. I'm like, this is a pivotal year. She is pivotal time period. She is 12 years old. So, having to redevelop that relationship, because with kids, it's out of sight, out of mind. So
and they changed so much, like from when you left to now. Like she's a whole different person.
A whole different person.
You know, and like and with kids, they're short-sighted. They don't, and it's not their fault. That's just what it is. But like you said, if you're not in the day-to-day moments with them, or like part of their life at that time, it's easier. Because I have my goddaughter is 14 now, and I want to see her this week, but she's out of town with her family, so hopefully I'll see her at the end of the month. But I met up with her like a few months ago when I was home, and it's like I'm literally talking to like a little adult, and it's like really weird because I just remember you being like my little 5-year-old, like
I was like, I'm with the baby. I'm like, I need to stop saying that. I'm with my little sister.
And they really are turning into like people with opinions and like thoughts and like all of these things, and like to not be there is difficult at times. And that's one thing that I really struggle with being away is like, am I gonna regret? I definitely don't think I'm gonna regret it.
For
but
sure.
You know, it's a give and
life
take.
Sacrifice.
It's a give and take.
As you're growing, it's like no matter anything. What about you? What did you learn this week?
I don't think it was this week, but maybe like the last several weeks.
No, that's fair. What have you?
But and then we talked about it. We talked literally
It's
on,
not getting
a little
better,
bit on the last pod. It's just like I'm just learning that like so many things are out of my control. Like I'm a control person. Like that's like my anxiety. I like to control like my environment and certain things, and like you know, like I like to know certain things. Like that's part of control, right? So it's like. But I'm just learning, like, I have no control over anything. And the only thing I can control is my reaction and my response. And so that's just a lesson that continues to repeat itself. Maybe I haven't gotten it, and that's why it keeps coming back. But, because, like, what happened last week, Friday, I think it was, I walked into my house, and it was pouring water from the bathroom ceiling. Like,
brand new apartment.
Brand new apartment. And
first person to live in it.
nothing happened except the person above me took a shower. And I was
Insane.
like,
She sends us a
crazy.
video. She's like, "There's soothing rain sounds in my apartment."
Really?
And I'm like, honestly, you're hilarious right now because, and she's like, I just don't even know what to do. Like, I don't even know what to do
Yeah.
anymore. You've been handling it very well, in my
because
opinion.
honestly, it's also because my capacity is so low. It's just
Yeah.
like, it's
It's
one
just
thing
one-
after another. So it's
yeah.
just like, all I can control is my reaction
Yeah.
and my response.
Yeah.
And like, I've also, I think, maybe noticed like my anxiety really fucks with me sometimes. And like, I have to break, I'm calling it a loop lately because like, I get stuck on these loops. Like, there was a package that was missing and it was like, I was getting really upset about where's this package, and I was like, relax. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like, cause like the more I start to focus on it, the more the worse my anxiety gets. So having to like break that loop and just like breathe and like, you're not in control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're not in control.
Yeah.
Like it's just a constant reminder. so.
Listen, it's beautiful that you're even sharing that because I feel like that was coming into this year. It was about like I had to let go of control and trust unknown, and so I think this chapter, to your point, like a lot of it, we mentioned a couple episodes is about, God testing your heart posture. Now you're mentioning, Avi acknowledging your anxiety, but also like trying to shift the relationship between your reaction to things and like the dialogue that you're having in your mind. So in the grand scheme of things, like it's a lot to back to back to back to
Yeah.
back. But I think being able to lean into your faith and like tuning into like yourself and being able to reflect and have those moments of like this loop, I gotta hold on, self-check-in moments.
Yeah.
We're gonna look back at this and be like, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be
Girl.
continuous irritants. It's listen, it's nonstop.
Like I forget all the
It's
things that have
nonstop.
happened because I just feel like it's like one after the other. But
No, it
yeah, I
really
mean,
is.
it really is.
Yeah.
It's
You
like,
have a day at this point
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
like, everything just goes smoothly.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that's just completely out of your
Yeah.
control, which is
Yeah.
like the hardest part.
Yeah.
is,
right.
like,
My
you
fridge went
your
out
fridge-
again.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, man, what's going? You know. But yeah, so it really is like just learning how to like reframe
Yeah.
and just keep my composure. And I think not just my composure, because I'm outwardly to other people, maybe I look fine, but inwardly is
Yeah.
where
The dialogue.
like the conflict is happening. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, no one can see the loop that I'm on in my head. Like, gotta get my mail, well, why do you need it today? Like, they're gonna find it. You know what I mean? But it was like, I was just so stressed out. And I was like, you gotta do something else. You gotta go out, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta break the loop, because right now you're just making it worse. Or like, even yesterday, and I was like, I thought of the damn flash drive being in my bag, and I got angry again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you gotta let it go. You can't control it.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah.
Especially stuff like that, like you said, when it's out of your control and there's just like really nothing.
And
you
most
can
things
do.
are.
Yeah,
You know what I
that
mean?
sends
Most
you
things
into
are
that.
out of our
Yeah.
control, and it's
Listen.
like surrendering.
Surrender.
to
Yes.
that.
I was just gonna say we
Ooh.
just gotta there you go, that's
Yeah.
it. What
What
about you,
about you?
Beezy? Let's hear it.
So, because honestly, things have been like pretty chill in my world, knock on wood, lately. Like, summer school has been real chill. It's been like a down summer. So there really hasn't been like a lot going on. But I will say that I was in a situation that I realized that there's still some healing that needs to be done. Like, I was triggered by something.
And how do you know when you're triggered?
I knew because, like, I had all of these, like, nothing was, like, really actually happening, but I felt like the situation reminded me of previous situations that I hated. And so I'm trying to think of a way that I could explain this without, like, saying too much. But basically, like, I was at someone's house, and our interactions just were, like, not good, I guess.
In what way?
In a way that, like, the way that we were speaking to each other, the energy.
It's like hostile, or
Sort of. Like, I feel one thing that's a trigger for me is I've noticed is, like, I don't like feeling like I'm being taken advantage of. And I did. Like, I kind of went against what I wanted to do that day for another person. And when I did that, and then the way that it went was like, I'm like, this is why I just should have done what I wanted to do, because now, like, I'm doing this for you. I came over here for you, and now you're asking me to help you do X, Y, Z. But why? Like, why are you? I felt used. It was like, you don't really like want me. It's not about me. Like, you didn't want me to come over here so you could like spend time with me. You wanted me to come over here so that I could help you do these things and to feed whatever you needed from me. You know, like, it wasn't about me, because if it was about me, we wouldn't be running errands and cleaning your house.
That's like boyfriend status. Is you my man,
And
or is
doesn't
you
do
ain't?
any kind of boyfriend thing. So it's just like, and I know this. Like, I've been dealing with this person. So like, but and we go in these, like, we go in and out of these cycles, and I try to do a really good job of holding my boundary. But then, like, I'll see glimpses of certain things, and I'll be like, okay, like, this is why I like this person, or like, this is why I like being around him. But then just that quickly, I'm like, this is also why I don't like being around this person. And I know this, but I keep like re-entering the situation. And so I was just like, I just got up. I was like, I'm leaving.
Ooh, good for you.
Yeah. Like, I was just like, I'm not staying here anymore.
Why would you stay a second longer?
Why am I helping you do things, but you don't ever help me do things? Or you don't, like I said, it wasn't about me. If it was about me,
You would have prepared me dinner,
right?
or
You could have done
something.
something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or even ask what but it's never really about me, to be honest. And like, we've had these conversations, and like, it's hard to communicate with him because he's not a good like, he doesn't really listen.
Yeah.
So it's like, why go so deep into something that I feel if
When
you're not going to listen?
anyway,
It doesn't matter. Because if it really mattered to you, we would have had this conversation, because you already knew. I've told you in smaller ways, I don't like this. But you never really go that deep to try to figure out why. So we always keep it on a very like superficial, like, friend level. And then he'll get mad at me when like, I don't want to
Do girlfriend things.
Yeah. But he shows up for me in a way that's not helpful.
Yeah.
Like, at all. But I do, but I fulfill that for him.
Right.
So like,
So he's happy, so why would he change anything?
right,
Yeah.
exactly. And so I was mad at myself, because I'm just sitting there, and like, I got in the car, and I just like, honestly, I cried when I got in the car. Because I was just I was like more
Frustrated with yourself.
than like, I wasn't even like upset. I was just like, but it also just triggered me to this old situations I've been in with other people like years ago, that I was just like, I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. I feel like it's not about me. I feel like I'm overextending myself again. And I'm just like, why am I doing this? And I've like, the boundaries piece that we always talk about is like, I keep having to reestablish these boundaries with him, and he just doesn't fucking respect them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't even know how to like maneuver the situation with him, because he's a difficult individual. And it's like, it's really kind of like all or nothing. Like, I don't think we can find a middle ground.
Yeah.
Which is what I've been trying to do, is like, find a way that we can still like, because I don't have a lot of people in DC. I don't have a lot of friends, and we've been friends for almost a year now. And I'm trying to find a way, because like I said, at times, like, I'm like, okay. But I've been trying to find the middle ground, and I just don't think there's a middle ground. I think we can get to a middle ground, but it would require him to be part of it. And
Ooh, I was going to say, it almost feels like middle ground means you're sacrificing more, right?
Yes.
But what I think is beautiful also is like how you took your power back in that moment.
Yeah, I was like, I'm leaving.
It's easy to be frustrated. And I think sometimes I get more frustrated with myself, right? Like, you almost let yourself down in that moment, but also the way you took your power back, like, that was really powerful too. Like, you took back control over the situation, right? Like, you don't like the environment you're in, so you're taking yourself out of it. And I think
that
that's
was really, because I could have just stayed there, you know what I mean? Like, in like other situations, I would have just been like,
miserable.
Right. And just been like, all right, well, I'm already here. I don't want to hear his mouth, so I'm just going to stay, whatever. But I was just like, nah, like, I'm out.
What'd you do after?
I went home and made the dinner that I wanted to make. What I wanted to do that night. I wanted to go to the gym. I wanted to make dinner, because I was coming here this week. So like, this for me, this week leading up was like, I know I'm not going to be able to work out the way that I normally work out.
I need to prepare and do,
like, I wanted to just have some time to like,
for you,
ground myself before having to do this week of like the pod and the brunch and friends and family. Like, I was really looking forward to it, but I knew it was going to be a busy week, and I wasn't going to be able back in my like space,
decompress,
and like my little sanctuary until then. And that was really what I wanted to do, was like just do some routine things for me, because one thing that helps me stay grounded is like staying in my routine and like doing things for me.
Yeah.
And like that's what keeps me like calm and like grounded and good. But he was so persistent. And then like flips it on me and he'll be like, well, you don't really care about me if you don't like you know what I mean? But and I'm like, well, that's not it. Like he throws me off. He fucking throws me off is really what it is. And so I'm just like, fine, like I'll fucking come. Like I'm coming. And then that happened and I'm like, bitch, this is why you fucking
Well, good for you
gotta keep your ass at home. Yeah.
for recognizing it in the moment and taking action.
I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get back because we're gonna have to eventually, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But for right now, I learned that there's still parts of me that need to be worked on, and that like I'm still in this like phase of trying to like find myself and figure it all out. Like I'm not perfect. I'm still doing dumb shit sometimes.
I read 2 things earlier this week. I was trying to find that aligns with like both of your things about one, like not giving whatever you give your energy to, you give power to in a sense. So like don't deprioritize putting yourself first, like again, you know what I mean? Like let that be the lesson in general. And I think it's just so
Those are
hard.
a good reminder. Yeah.
Like don't do that. So let that be that piece. And then Sam, for you, I read something earlier about there's great power not knowing what is next, not knowing what to decide, not knowing how you will make it to where you know you want and need to be, because every given moment contains within it doorways of opportunity, and when you choose to walk through one, you make realities available to you that were once invisible. So like there's a lot of like, I look at every single block to some degree as like an activation to a new space, and it's a lot of a new space for you, and like reactivating different parts and healing different parts of yourself. So that was my little takeaway for you.
Well, I know that we're about to wrap up, and quickly before we do, I just wanted to give a quick
Please
shout out.
do.
Quick shout out to my
Because that's where Rosie Girl came from and Bammy.
Actually, Bam Bam came from a shelter in Tennessee. He wasn't with the rescue.
But Rosie was with
from WAG. So
that's my little nugget.
This is Rescue is my favorite breed. It's a rescue organization that I work with in Nashville. They save dogs from high kill shelters and help them find new homes. And so one of my very first dogs that I took in is now Alyssa's dog, Rosie. But I've worked with this organization I started working with them or like volunteering with them when I first moved to Nashville, because I was like, I have an abundance of free time, not a lot of friends, and like was looking for something to do and a way to give back. And in the 3+ years that I've been volunteering with them, I'm volunteer number 14, by the way. Like I started volunteering with them when they first came to Nashville. So when I see the owner, Kathleen, I don't know if her last name is still Hurley because she got married, but she told me I'm foster number 14.
Wow.
That's crazy. I wonder how many they have now, too.
God.
Like there's
it's many.
wild to see it grown like so much.
Yeah, they actually just opened an adoption center in Nashville, which means they can take in more dogs, because before they were 100% relying on fosters to take them in. So you would see even like the people that work there often take dogs in. So yeah, foster number 14, I have personally fostered over 30 dogs.
Crazy.
Which when you foster a dog, you're really saving 2 because you create space for another dog in the shelter. So I have helped save over 60 dogs.
That's amazing.
And she really is the best.
That's amazing.
I love when Sam has fosters. It's like my favorite thing.
I know.
She
They're
sends
super cute,
videos and like she's such a good dog mom. Like,
I
wow.
usually have like puppies too, which now I'm in a house and or an apartment, and it's a lot smaller. And actually, like, I'm so connected to the rescue. Like, I'll get messages from them sometimes saying like, "Hey, we got this group of pups. Like, they asked me to take in a mom and her 10-day-old pups. But now I'm in an apartment and I can't really do it.
Do you think it'll be harder for you to be able to?
A lot harder. Yeah, I'm still thinking about ways I can get involved. I mean, I've done other stuff with them before. Like, I've given freedom rides, they call it, to dogs when like. Freedom ride. I know, it sounds so cute, right? It's when you go get the dog from the shelter and bring them to like their rescue or foster group.
That's
okay,
amazing.
not the Uber.
The Uber, the freedom ride?
Yeah, because so we'll get dogs in the South, like so many rural communities, and like there's so many high kill shelters. So like in Huntsville, Alabama, which is an hour from Nashville, for example, their shelter is shit. Like I've gone there and picked up dogs, so it's like an hour away. So that was like the way I've helped before when I couldn't take dogs in. So I might do stuff like that. They've got the adoption center now, so I might just reach out and say like, hey, what type of help do you guys need in the adoption center? Then I feel like I could still take like one puppy or like one small dog. I can't take a big dog anymore because I just don't have the space for it. But yeah, so still thinking of ways to get involved, but want to shout out my favorite rescue, Wags and Walks Nashville. They also have Wags and Walks LA, but great organization if you're looking for a pup. Adopt, don't shop. And
Yes,
check out Wags and
adopt.
Walks Nashville.
All right. Well,
Well, it was great to be back, guys.
For sure.
It's great to see you guys.
same Z's. All right.
You
wrapped
two
up.
besties. Can't wait till next
Woo.
week.
Next
Next
week,
week.
wrapped up episode 17. Remember to please like, follow, subscribe, and
And download.
You got it this time. Good
And I
job,
was like,
SV.
What am I supposed to say?
All
She was
right.
like,
Download.
share?
All right, y'all. Peace and love.